Go on. Don't come in here. Go run around. Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. It is Saturday, the 7th of May, 2022. Only one video today. I do apologize for that ahead of time. Well, go on. Go potty. I don't care. You don't have to. I'm standing here. I'm busy. So I did head out today, and thank goodness that I parked up in that upper meadow, because this hill right now is a sloppy mess. It is really bad, really bad. But once we get some stone and everything in there, it'll be better. But right now it's not. So, but we've had a lot of rain the last 2 days, which again, that's a good thing. It's good for the garden, good for the farmers, and so we definitely needed it. They were down as far as their production so far this year, as far as that goes with rain. So, all right. So let's get into this video, guys. I wanted to talk today about gardening, the importance of gardening, some of the things that you should be thinking about when you're gardening, and those type of things. Look at her; she's going underneath there. She doesn't want to sit out in the rain. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why'd you go under there? Go run around. You're a young dog. You need the energy and the exercise. All right, so when it comes to gardening, and I tell this to people all the time, 90% of gardening is the soil. If you have good soil that you're working with, that makes all the difference in the world when it comes to gardening. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. So how do you get good soil? There's a lot of ways to do that. You know, composting is one way to help enrich your soil. You know, taking all your scraps and you know, mixing them, you know, have like a barrel that you rotate, you know, using leaves, you know, using your, if you bag your grass, take your grass clippings, put those in there. Also, you know, anytime you're cutting up lettuce or celery or whatever you're cutting up, all those scraps go into that compost bin. Your citrus, you know, your banana peels, all those type of things. And then what I would do is with a barrel is you get some worms in there, and they will really work that for you. And then you know, turn that barrel every day, and you know, having more than one is not a bad thing either. So, but it is definitely a smart thing to do. It's a good thing to have. That's going to help enrich your soil. If you have a farmer nearby and they have cows, you get cow manure and you put that into your garden, and you know, work that into the soil. That's going to help your soil. So there's a lot of things that way that you can do to help with your soil. You know, make sure you're turning your soil, you know, in those type of things. There is also hudiculture. You can do that with raised beds. And so what is hudiculture? It's where you take like dead trees and you know, old trunks and branches and all that type of thing, and you put that down in the bottom of the bed first, and then you put your soil on top of that, and as those nutrients and everything breaks down, it helps enrich the soil, and it makes a big difference. Composted cow manure is another really good thing. I've used that for years up in New York. I had my neighbor, or my bulldozer guy, Bill. The bulldozer guys, I'll tell you right now, folks, they know everybody. So those are definitely people you want to utilize as a tool, because they have all the ins and outs. They know everybody. A lot of people have, you know, they've done work for a lot of people, so they know who's good, who's not good, who you should go with and who you shouldn't go with. But my bulldozer guy would get me composted cow manure, and he would bring me that in, and I would use that in the raised beds and everything like that. And it's amazing. It really makes a big difference on how your garden is going to grow. Obviously, watering on a consistent basis. If you're not getting enough water with rain, you know, if you have a rainy day, obviously you don't need to go out there and water your garden. But you should either be watering first thing in the morning or after 7 o'clock at night, you know, after the sun is down. Because if you try to water during the middle of the day, you can burn your plants and everything, and that's not a good thing. That's not going to help your garden. So, rotating your crops in your garden. So if I, like with my raised beds, where I grew potatoes last year, I would not put potatoes in there again this year. I may put something like, cabbage, or I may do tomatoes or something else in that area this year, and put the potatoes in a different bed. And, do it like that. Always have that rotation going. That's very important as well. And like I said, if, every fall when the leaves fall, get those leaves and put them into your beds and work them into the soil, and that's going to really help enrich the soil and make the breakdown better. I think out here I'm not going to have any problems with the number of leaves. I got plenty of trees, and as you can see, everything is really starting to green up really, really nicely. Really pleased about that too, because it's so unbelievably beautiful down here. And so I'm really, really happy to see everything greening back up and those type of things. So, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's being nosy. Anyway, again, it's just those are things that you need to think about when it comes to gardening. Another thing that I would highly recommend to people is marigolds. You put marigolds at the end of your rows or end of your raised beds, and it really does make a big difference when it comes to pests. Pests don't like marigolds, and so if you have them at the end of each of your rows of whatever you have planted, that's going to make a big difference with them as well. I know it's kind of crazy that you would think that, but that is the way that it goes, and it makes all the difference in the world. So I would highly, highly recommend, having marigolds and stuff like that as part of your garden. And again, making sure you're diversified with your seeds. Have plenty of different seeds. Maybe one year something doesn't grow well, something else does. Make sure you have plenty of, like for radishes and carrots, something that you can put in, a few rows of those, and then, a week or two later you put in more of them. So you're harvesting them at different times, but they're going to be really, really quick. They're like a month, and those are ready to go. So that's a good thing to have. It's a nice product to have. So having plenty of seeds is a really important thing as well. And I think you should be thinking about those things. Having gardening tools, things that are going to utilize that you can utilize, the hand trowel and the hand rake, and just a regular hoe. And those type of things. I like to put, the cover down over the rest of the garden bed, so it cuts down on weeding. So if you have that, that covered and just have your plants coming out, it's going to make it a lot easier to garden that way. While we have that tool there to our that we can use, I would encourage you to absolutely use that, and because otherwise you're going to be in there weeding all the time, and it's that part's not fun. So trust me on that. I've done plenty of weeding in my life, and weeding is not a good time. So just a few things to think about. I definitely would like to hear your feedback on this. I'd like to hear your take. I know that they have irrigation systems as well that you can put into gardens, and those are really handy as well, so then it makes watering much, much easier. Greenhouses, so that you can start growing your crops sooner and grow them later than other things. And also with greenhouses, it makes a big difference when you're going for your cold weather crops like your kale and your cabbage. It's going to put you much, much later into the season to be able to have those things. So just a few things to think about, and so just sharing that with you. And but yeah, now it's starting to get foggy here again, as you can see. It's been raining all day, but the fog just started rolling back in again. So, but hopefully it's going to stop tomorrow. My game plan for tomorrow is to get underneath this building, shore up this block with some concrete blocks, and for extra support, I want to get this battery hooked up, this little bitty battery that we have here. So, yeah, looking forward to having that up online and running. I think that'll be a really nice thing. And but right now, even though we've had 2 days of straight rain, the batteries are at 52.8. We're fully maxed out. They're 56.4. I don't have to worry about if I had, let's say, if I needed to turn on the generator, it wouldn't need that until this got down to 41. So I am in really, really good shape when it comes to that part of it. So, and even with the rain, I am still bringing in power, which is not a bad thing either. So real quick, guys, I want to talk about my website, preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse 1 community there, which is a resource that we have set up for you guys to be able to connect with like-minded people. It is free to join. It does not cost anything, but you do have to register. Once you're registered, then you go on in. No credit card information is asked when you're registered either. And once you're in, check out the message boards. Look for people in your state or your country to connect with like-minded people. That's a resource that we set up for you guys, and hopefully that helps. Also, we have the Forefathers, which is a CBD and hemp store. If you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, you will see their logo. If you click on their logo, it will take you to their website. Once you click on that, it goes there. Once you're in their website, if you decide to make a CBD or hemp purchase, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1. You will save yourself 15% on your purchase over there. So definitely take advantage of that. I'm also working with a new company called Deloma Health. The link is going to be down in the description below here. And there's also, you'll be able, I think we have the logo up on the website as well. If you follow that link from the description below, you can save yourself 10% on a purchase over there. It is an immune booster. It's an 8-in-1 supplements. And I can't name off all the supplements off the top of my head, but garlic, zinc, vitamin C, echinacea, there's elderberry, and there is, well, I'm trying to think what else. What am I missing? But there's 5 of them right there. But if you go to the website, you'll see what they have there. If you sign up with them to get it every month, you can save an additional 10% over there. So you can save 10% by using my discount code, and you can save an additional 10% by getting a monthly, order dropped off at your house. So a good thing to have is a 30-day supply bottle, 60 tablets in there. You take 2 tablets a day, and it'll help boost your immune system. I think it's an important thing to have. All right. Last but not least, we have the Legacy freeze-dried foods, which is available again. If you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, click on store, you will drop down and you'll see Legacy Foods. You click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. GMO free, gluten options available for people that need that. It is the largest portion size of any of the other freeze-dried food companies. It is also vegetarian, so there are beef and chicken options that can be purchased separately. There is also gluten options for people that need that. So definitely take advantage of that as well, all right? Okay, folks, well, I am going to jump off of here for now. So again, this is going to be the only video today that I do. I'm not going to be doing a second one. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you were trying to do, whatever you were trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that is going to stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else. If you stay positive and stay away from the negativity, stay away from negative people that are telling you what you cannot do, you're going to be just fine. All right? I will see you all later. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.